We were up to Perek Dalid, Mishnah Beis, the fourth Perek, the second Mishnah. Hamader es chavero sheyechel imay. If someone's friend is pressuring him to eat by him, and makes a neder of some sort that if you don't come, whatever, v'hu eino ma'minai ala meisers, but the person who would like you to eat by them, you don't trust them about meisers. So what do? So the Mishnah says, Eichel imay b'Shabbos harishona. You could eat with him the first week, which we said yesterday meant the week of Sheva Brachos. Even though you don't trust him, with the condition of as long as you ask him explicitly that he take off Meiser and says yes, during the week of Sheva Brachos, right, you could accept that.
How would that be tied to Sheva Brachos?
What? No, the Shabbos Rishon, the first week of his son's marriage, there we're more willing to trust him because we don't want to make people feel too excommunicated and no one will eat by me. So Sheva Brachos, we want everyone to be happy. So we have a leniency for Sheva Brachos if he tell you explicitly, take it off. From Demai, right?
But kashrus, I assume, there's no room for compromise.
Right.
Unless there's already heter or something. Right. Like if, let's say, if someone somehow very let's say half the grain, let's say like a grain of rice, amount of that stuff, your dairy or some treif got in, and it wasn't intentional, because that's. Right. I'm sure not enough to change the taste. Right. Although I think I've heard if you find it, you just take it. You have to take it out.
See it.
If it disappears.
Right. The Shabbos Shnia, but the second week after that first Shabbos.
Then that's like any other time.
Shabbos Shnia, the second week, even if there's a lot of pressure, he says, I won't get any benefit from you if you don't come. Still, you have to you can't go until you actually see him take Meiser or you take Meiser for him or whatever. However, you're going to ensure that.
Now let's say by produce, you get produce from us. And where you get it, this, especially in Israel, storekeeper takes the Meiser.
That's right. It would be dependent. Basically, if it's one the old system was if you trusted him, so the people that are trusted are trusted.
Yeah, man, I don't know because I've never.
Now it's just hechsher, which is
I've never been to, so I mean I don't know if storekeepers take Truman Meiser.
They do, but they have hechsher. The store will have hechsher on the produce to say that Trumas. Right. So yes, that's part of the problem with hechsher in general that there's 30,000 of them, and you have to know which ones you.
I know, but I know even in New York, there's a small area. You can have the number, double-digit numbers hashkachas. Right. I mean, they're not all the same.
Rabbi Eliezer says, "In adam sarach likris shem l'meiser ani shel demai." That the meiser ani you separate of demai. He says you don't have to even separate it. You just leave it in. It's not something you have to worry about. However, no, kari shem you do have to designate it. But you don't have to separate it because once you designate it, it's now Meiser, and now it just becomes a discussion of so whose property is this Meiser? Is it mine or the Ani's? The Ani can't prove it's his, so I can just keep it. Okay. Mishnah Dalet. Misha karashem l'trumas Meiser shel demai, or the Meiser Ani shel demai. If you did designate, you said the stuff on the right side should be trumas Ani, or trumas Meiser. The stuff on the left side should be trumas Ani, right? So you've designated it. But you haven't actually taken off of the produce. So Trumas Meiser of Demai or Meiser Ani of Vadai, Lo Yitlam b'Shabbos, you can't separate those produce from the rest on Shabbos because that looks like you're fixing it. And the Rabbanan don't want you doing things that look like fixing on Shabbos because you're fixing fruits. You might come to then go fix your car, which is likely to involve a malacha. However, if there's a kohen or an ani who's a regular guest by him, you could have that kohen come and eat the trumas meiser, that ani come and eat the meiser ani. But you have to let them know that what you're feeding them is truma and meiser ani, and that you're not doing them such a big favor by giving them this food, because really it has to go to a kohen or an ani anyway. And Mishnah Hey. If you give someone money who you don't trust personally about his meiser standards, and you tell him, go buy me some produce, and please buy it from someone who is trusted about meisers. Or if someone takes off meiser, you don't trust him. So if he doesn't care about meiser, even if you instruct him to please buy only from a place that a person who is trusted about Meiser, you can't, he shows up with stuff, you don't trust necessarily where he came from. However, if you tell him ish plani, if you tell him get it from that specific storekeeper who is a neman, hare is a neman. So then, if you've given specific instructions, please buy it from Ruvain's fruit market, whatever, and then you can assume he did that. Halach likach, if he went to go get from the person you asked him to, and he tells you, leimatzasiv, I couldn't find that guy. So I bought from someone else who's trusted about meisters. Again, you don't trust him because it's only if I have this ability to check. I sent him to a specific place, so I could go to that store and ask them, did my messenger come here and buy? That there I would trust him. But in general, since he doesn't think it's a big deal, we're worried that maybe he'll buy from one place or another. Okay, let's stop over here.